And good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back to Elysees here in France, our only international race of the season as we get ready now for Mobil1 Cup Series action here in race number 15 of Season 6. Getting ready for yet another exciting race here. We had a great Truck Series race, and now we got an 18-lap Mobil1 Cup Series race on tap here today. Going to be interesting to see if the road course racers are going to be able to step up and move themselves up through the standings, as of course we are now heading down the home stretch until we get to race 26, the final race of the regular season, and the chase field will be put together. So now is the time for these drivers to start making their moves to get themselves in the right positions for either getting inside the top 10 in points or clinching one of those two available wild card positions. On the pole for this evening's race, picking up her first pole ever, I believe, that is Deanna Shelton, driving the Michael Norman Motorsports Chevy. She'll start on the front row. Alongside of her is going to be rookie Daniel Day, so it's an all-rookie front row. Then you got another rookie in Zach Rogers, who, of course, I think had a really good run in the 33 truck yesterday. He'll roll off from third place here, and alongside of him, George Roque, who ended up not having the best of luck in the Mobil1 Cup Series All-Star race a couple of weeks ago, but he did obviously race his way into that event by finishing second in the Mobil Open. So he'll look to try and ride a little bit of that momentum here into today's race. Aaron Williams Jr., he's going to complete the top 5. Aaron Williams Jr. really needing a good run here today. Didn't exactly have the best of runs in the Truck Series event. We'll see how he does. And alongside of him, I believe that is the Matthew Daly machine in the 25. Matthew Daly currently 24th in points and 5th in rookie points. Looking for a good run here today in that 25 car. Then you got the points leader, Emilio Navarrete. He'll line up in the 7th position. Navarrete comes into today's race with a current 7-point advantage. And then beside him in 8th place, a guy who had one of his best Truck Series finishes of the season here yesterday. That is Alex May. Going to try and get another good run here in the Mobil1 Cup Series. Well, let's take a look at how the points look coming into today's road course race. Emilio Navarrete, as I said, 7-point advantage over Sean Galligan. Then it's a total of, I believe, of 36 points back to Dylan Young. So it's a long gap from second on back to third. James Silverfox, the winner last week at Darlington, and now a 2-time winner in this series. He is going to be 4th in the points coming into today's race. Then it's Austin LaPlante 5th. Rookie points leader is Stephen Pollard III, and he is 6th in overall standings. Mason Woods 7th, Sean Henley 8th, Bob Jones in 9th, and Jake Rogers completes the top 10. As a matter of fact, he's tied for 10th with Sky Commons. A couple of drivers that will be looking to go into the top 10 today with a good run include James McLeod, Trent Dunham, Megan Atkins, Ralph Mason, and Richard Johnson. We'll see what's going to unfold here today. Who's going to move in? Who's going to fall out? The point standings begin to spread out here during the second half of the season, which means that good finishes are crucial to get yourself up there in the points and get yourself up close enough to the top 10 to be in contention at the end of the season. Time to get these cars rolling off. The French Toast 355, ready to be run. As the cars get ready to roll off, we're going to show you your 42 car starting grid for today's event here. It's a road course, and a lot of drivers love these road courses. We'll see who it favors today. Here's your starting lineup. As I said before in the Truck Series race, with this track, when these drivers hit the long straightaway before they head into the final right-hander of this racetrack, they go behind a set of grandstands, and with the different camera angles here, it is basically impossible to be able to see them behind those said grandstands. Therefore, we will be using the camera switching bar up here at the top of the screen in order to be able to switch to the helicopter view, which is the only available view to be able to see those cars heading into that final corner, which can be critical into the battle for the win. So I hope that you will bear with me with the bar on the top and the bottom of the screen, as well as the ticker, as that's what we're going to have to do in order to be able to see the action that goes on here. Speaking of the ticker, I've had a few people email me, ask me how I get the ticker on here. I am actually going to put in the description a link to Booyaka the Dragon, James Silverfox's channel. One of his videos very precisely explains how to be able to get these tickers on your replay screen, so be sure and check that video out. Link, as I said, is in the description. It's very simple, actually, when you follow Silver Fox's instructions, and I want to thank him for putting up that video, or else I wouldn't have known how to do it. Here we go, though. Deanna Shelton. How would it be for her? I mean, last week, Audi made its debut. Noah Hart got his first career Snickers Cup Series pole and his first career Snickers Cup Series win. This week, Deanna Shelton on the pole for the first time in her career, and how would it be if she could go to victory lane here with only a few limited starts in that 3-car. This is actually only her second point start in that 3-car. She made her debut last week at Darlington. As the green flag is out, and we're underway here at Champs-Elysees. How crazy they're going to get here in the first few laps? Well, they're going to go 3 wide for the lead. That's how crazy they're going to get. 4 wide for the lead. Holy cow! Oh my goodness, and now they're going to keep it clean is the question. Is Zach Rogers going to get by for the top spot? And believe it or not, I think they're still green. That is crazy if they are. They are, but a few drivers did get held up back there. Stephen Pollard III's got a little bit of damage now. Hayden Kleinway back here with Carson Gum and Sean Galligan, but somehow, someway, they kept it clean and green through those first few corners. Look at them battling 3 wide there. Emilio Navarrete, the points leader's in a hornet's nest. Matthew Daly looking low. Aaron Williams Jr. looking high. Alex May, Bob Jones, they're all coming up as well. Mason Woods right there in the mix too in that 4-car. And they're going to drive 3 wide here into this corner. There's a battle on for the lead. Deanna Shelton's gotten back to the inside of Zach Rogers. She may actually have him cleared down this back straightaways. We're going to switch now to our helicopter view. Yeah, she's going to have definitely the advantage heading into this final corner. She made quite a move. And here comes Matthew Daly trying to pick up a few spots here. So he'll try to get a run. Here comes Mason Wood there as well, going underneath of Emilio Navarrete. Deanna Shelton is definitely going to get out to a very hefty lead now. Zach Rogers in second. Good battle for third, though. Emilio Navarrete looking underneath the rookie Matthew Daly. Aaron Williams Jr. now going to look underneath of him as Navarrete is going to clear the 25, move into third position. There's Alex May back there. He hasn't slipped back. He's still running up there inside the top 10. And I'll tell you, from what we saw with him in the Truck Series race, battling it out with a lot of seasoned veterans like Brian James and Sean Galligan, Sean Henley, I'll tell you, he really has proven himself here, and we're going to have to see if he can do the same here in the Mobil1 Cup Series. Currently has 82 points, 49th in the standings, of course, with the limited number of races that he has run, but doing pretty well right now. And I'll tell you who else is doing really well, and that's another rookie. That's Bob Jones in the 14. Crossed the line in 7th place last time around, and Bob Jones has really been having a great rookie season. He's continuing it on here. He didn't have the best of luck last week at Darlington. Dropped him down to 9th in points, but with a good run today, it'll help move him back up in the point stands again. Bob Jones, I really think, could be poised to making his first career chase in only his rookie season. Oh, look at this battle. Deanna Shelton got forced off the racetrack as Zach Rogers goes to the lead, but a nice save there by Deanna Shelton. She is going to lose a few spots, though. She drops back to 3rd place. But wow, that's the first time I've ever seen actually a bump and run out of the final corner. So Matthew Daly's now getting alongside Deanna Shelton. That's a battle for 3rd. So Zach Rogers back to the lead once again in the 10 machine. Emilio Navarrete, he's been up there in the top 3 for a majority of this first segment, but he has not yet led. He's been behind Zach Rogers and Deanna Shelton for a majority of this first 3 laps. Jump back, try and see if we can find a few other faces up here. There's Danny Wells there in the 7. Nice run there for Danny. Danny ended up not doing so well in the Truck Series race here yesterday, but running very well in the 7 Hellman's machines. I'm going to actually bring the ticker up here to the front of the field. There we go. Running the Hellman's colors here today on his Chevrolet Camaro. And Danny's looking pretty racy right now. I don't think we should count him out, because remember, Danny Wells ended up winning a Truck Series race last week at Darlington, so he's got a little bit of momentum on his side as far as positive momentum, let's say. And there is James Silverfox, our winner from Darlington last week. Two-time winner this season, could be poised to get himself a wild card position, but I'm sure he wants a lot more than that. James Silverfox, let's not forget, I think I've been saying that we've only been to one road course so far this season. I'm wrong. We've been to two road courses. We went to Infineon, and we've also been to Thornton, the track where James Silverfox picked up his first win of the season. So obviously he knows how to get around road courses, and right now, currently in 11th place, James Silverfox looking pretty doggone racy is back here. Got a good battle going on. George Roke has slipped back a bit after starting in the 4th position, battling here with Ethan Hamill and Sky Commons. And here's the guy who comes in the critical 10th place in points, Jake Rogers. He's now worked his way up to the 18th position, we're being told. Having a very nice run is Jake Rogers. Jake Rogers, well known for his road course racing as well. Well, we know where Amelia Navit's running. I know we saw Sean Galligan way at the back of the pack. Let's see where second in points currently is running right now. Oh man, he's in a real hornet's nest. Look at this! Hayden Klein, Wolfgang Mason, Dylan Young, third in points is back here too. Tyson Broad, who ended up winning at Infineon earlier on this season. Eric Burton, James Qualls, Megan Atkins, who's actually 14th in points, trying to work her way in. Look at the cars here. Oh, James Qualls! Off the racetrack, kind of like Deanna Shelton was, but he saved it. And I think there's a little bit of damage to the Tyson Broad machine. I think if you look closely, there's a little bit of a buckle on the hood of that car. As Trent Dunham's gotten himself off racetrack, off course, and everybody's going to go around him. It's not good for Trent. Trent comes in 13th in points. He's trying to work his way into the top 10, and that's not the way to do it. The other drivers way back here. Richard Johnson, our all-star race winner. As mentioned, Dylan Young in the 30, and oh, they're squeezing each other up into the wall there. Look out, look out. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Get off each other, please. They did. Oh man, there's Sean Henley back here too. Sean Henley currently back at 36th place we're being told, and Henley is 8th in the point standings. Another driver not having a good run is the James McLeod machine. Way back here in 39th, and he comes into today's race 12th in points. And the rookie points lead could be under contest as well. Stephen Pollard III, the rookie points leader, is running way back in 40th place. Wait a minute. Dylan Poteet's lost some ground now. And Joshua Collard. I don't know what happened to those two. And Jordan Hester's coming with no hood. He must have just come to pit road or something not too long ago. So we did have something happen. Whoa, look at the battle for the lead. Matthew Daly's now the leader. Where did he come from? Zach Rogers now is second. Mason Wood and Bob Jones have moved to third and fourth. Where did Navarrete go? Oh, here he is, back in fifth. Aaron Williams Jr. 6th, 7th Daniel Day, George Roke in 9th, or 8th rather, I think. Oh, don't know what that was all about. I think I clicked something, but it was kind of like it froze. Anyway, I think that they're saying that George Roke is in 9th, even though I think he just moved up to 8th, so Danny Wells back to 9th, and Dana Shelton, the pole sitter, currently is in 10th place, so we move up back to the front. And how about Matthew Daly? What a great run he's having right now. Matthew Daly's still trying to find that chemistry. He's had the chemistry where he qualified well and didn't finish well. Then he's had the chemistry where he didn't qualify that well, but he finished well. Now he's qualified well. Let's see if maybe he can finish well. Maybe set a new trend here. Whoa, Zach Rogers, little bump and run there. As both cars got pretty wide through that corner. Mason Wood and Bob Jones got much better runs. So we may have a battle for second here pretty soon. Oh boy, Zach Rogers actually looking on the high side, and he's going to try the crossover move. Mason Wood does a 3-wide crossover move. Look at that! And Matthew Daly overdrove the corner. He's going to lose valuable positions as the battle rages on for the lead still. Mason Wood, Bob Jones, and Zach Rogers. 3-car tangle. We are nearing halfway here. Let's see if anybody has retired from the race. I don't think so. No. One driver, though, did come to pit road, we know, and that was the Jordan Hester machine. Having to get some damage repaired to his 20. They had the hood ripped off, and that's a tough break for Hester. limited number of races, so he wasn't running real high in the point standings, but obviously you don't want to end up having a wrecked race car if you can help it. One driver we have not talked about inside the top 10 in points coming into today's race, and that is the Austin LaPlante machine, who in my opinion right now is one of the drivers with the most momentum that I have seen this entire season. Austin LaPlante started out the season rather dismally in all 3 series, but now he's up there in the top 10 in points in the Thinkers Cup Series. He's up in the top 10 in points here in the Mobil1 Cup Series, and now, after a fairly good run in our Truck Series race, Austin LaPlante is, amazingly enough, up there battling for a spot inside the top 10 in points in the Truck Series. I've not seen a driver pick up the pace in all 3 series the way that Austin LaPlante has, and whoa, almost sideswiped Daniel Day, who got off track there for just a moment. And am I eyes to see me, or do I see Joshua Michaels up here? Yeah, Joshua Michaels, well known for racing in the Utica Rallycross Series, the Utica Home Track Series, a lot of places where a lot of road courses are, and he's utilizing that here today, currently up there in the 16th position. Nice run for that rookie at the moment. One driver just got the wall back there, and that's another road course ace, Anthony McCrory. I was talking to Anthony McCrory here, and we know that he and his Kyotech Racing teammate over in Snickers Cup Series, Ralph Mason, are big road course fans. And I was asking him, with Audi going to victory lane last week with Noah Hart, is there a chance Audi can go back-to-back at Darlington, Champs-Elysees? And he just turned and looked at me and said, we'll see. But McCrory running very well right now in the 18th position. How about we find Ralph Mason? Because I don't know exactly sure where Ralph is currently running. And I do know he's 15th in points, and he would love to be able to get a good run here today. And he's just up ahead there. In the 13th position is Ralph. Just worked by William Duncan. That was for 12th place, so he's now to the 12th position. Now looking to run down Sky Commons, Ethan Hamil, points leader Emilio Navarez. We move ourselves back up here to the front. Wait, is there caution? Yes, there was a caution. Okay, I thought I saw the pace car out. Caution flag is out for the first time today, and it happens here at the midway point. And Daniel Day is heading for pit road. Oh, and Sean Galligan's on pit road. Jake Rogers is way back here. So is Nick Muciola. I don't know if they were involved in whatever this incident was. Trying to look for damaged race cars. Stephen Paul III's got damaged, but that was from an earlier incident. Looks like it could have very well been just a 2-car incident. Maybe Daniel Day and Sean Galligan. I don't know. What I do know, though, is that Bob Jones is currently the leader now in the 14 hefty Toyota Camry. Zach Rogers is second. Mason Wood third. Aaron Williams Jr.'s worked his way up to fourth now, with Matthew Daly running in fifth. Let's head back, look at a replay of what put us under caution for the first time today here at halfway. Alright, we're looking here. Sorry about that little tab popping up there. We're looking here back just outside the top 20, actually. And I think it's going to be these 4 drivers. Daniel Day, Sean Galligan, Nick Muciola, and Jake Rogers. Because we saw Rogers and Muciola at the tail end of the field. And Daniel Day came down pit road. Galligan actually had to teleport to pit road. There it was. I think there was some contact between Sean Galligan and Daniel Day. It sent him up into Muciola. And then up into Daniel Day. And oh my goodness, look at Muciola. Up and end over end. Flipping up into the catch fence there. And oh, and then he's going to flip the Daniel Day machine over. But Galligan came to a complete stop. That shows you he took a lot of hard impact into the wall. That car had no momentum after he hit the wall. And look at everybody able to slip by on the inside line. But Jake Rogers, he did get some damage there. 10th in points. Daniel Day also damaged. Nick Muciola, wild ride for him. And Sean Galligan, who came in second in the point standings, was trying to work his way up to the front, was doing a pretty good job of it, but it comes to a speedy end right there. Man, tough break for Galligan, and this is a big opportunity for Emilio Navarrete to be able to capitalize, maybe extend his points lead, kind of like what Brian James did in the Truck Series race yesterday. We'll find out if that's going to be the case, but that is a tough break for the driver of the Aspen Dental Toyota Camry. Sean Galligan came in with such hopes, trying to pick up his second win of the season. Don't look like it's going to come here today at Champs-Elysees. Let's go back to Green Flag Racing now, as we're about ready for a restart. We'll get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing on lap 11 of 18. That will give us a total of 8 laps to go here today. We've only worked 1 caution. That's the caution we're currently working. And I believe Sean Galligan has gone back behind the wall. I don't know about Daniel Day, Nick Muciola, and Jake Rogers. We'll find out in a moment. But here is your top 10 as we go back to green. Bob Jones is the leader, Zach Rogers second, Mason Woods third, Aaron Williams Jr. fourth with Matthew Daly fifth, George Roque sixth, Danny Wells seventh, the pole sitter Deanna Shelton still very much in this in eighth, Amelia Navarrete, the points leader, is in ninth, and Ethan Hamill is going to complete the top 10 as they come off of the final corner. Pace car hits pit road. We're ready to go back to the green flag. We're going to find out who actually is out of the race in just a moment here. We had to have them take this green flag for them to be able to update the scoreboard. Looks like we have a battle for the lead already. Zach Rogers going to peek out of line underneath of Bob Jones. I'll tell you, Zach Rogers has really had himself a strong car today. Been out front numerous times. And they are 3 wide for third back here. Mason Wood, Matthew Daly, George Roque, Danny Wells, Aaron Williams Jr. 5-man tussle for the third position. All going on behind the battle for the lead between Zach Rogers and Bob Jones. Oh, Roque got the wall. Matthew Daly got turned and the caution's going to come out. That's going to be out of caution. Look out. All cars are piling in. Alex May is in it. Wolfgang Mason got a piece of it. Henley, James Qualls. They couldn't whoa up in time. Oh, no. William Duncan's involved in this, too. Carson Gum. There's Richard Johnson. Adam Chambers. And, oh, man, it was just a matter of time before these guys just couldn't stand it anymore and started racing like crazy. And that was it right there. Because they're 3 wide up here. This is for around the 15th position. LaPlante, Atkins, Klein, Isaac Canepa, and Charles Sanford all battling hard here. I got to go to the helicopter view, looks like. As we move up here to the front again, Bob Jones, he was able to get back by Zach Rogers. But wait a minute, did they throw a caution? Yes, they did. Okay. I was going to say, if they didn't throw a caution for that, that would have been rather silly, because there were a lot of cars involved in that one. See if we can document more drivers that were involved. There is Richard Johnson, 16th in the point standings. Our winner from Altoona had an opportunity today with a good run, maybe move himself up closer to the top 10, maybe move into the top 10. We're going to see Adam Chambers coming around the side here. A lot of damage to his car. Sky Commons, he's got damage. Boy, this has not exactly been a good stretch of a few weeks for him. He started out as the rookie points lead at the beginning of the season. Now he's down to 11th in points. William Duncan, you can't see him, but he's back there. Matthew Daly, man, he just can't seem to find a break. He was running up front for a majority of the day, and he's the one that got turned around and bringing this caution out. And a couple of drivers here end up sustaining some damage from that incident. Sean Henley's got a little bit of damage. Doesn't look like that much visible damage, however. Carson Gum, he's got a nice buckle on his Bandit Wood Chippers Toyota Camry. Maybe some damage to the 30 of Dylan Young. Isaac Canepa's got a little bit of damage too. So too does James McLeod. May have been from earlier incidents. I don't know. Alex May and Wolfgang Mason, I know they got little pieces of it. I don't know how bad the cosmetic damage would be on their machines. And I would say that from what I saw in that incident, that's the drivers that were involved. But I don't know for certain. We're going to confirm what drivers were involved. So we're going to head back, look at a replay now. Boy, took them a long time to bring out a caution. Now they're bringing caution flags out left and right. Cautions breeding cautions here at Champs-Elysees. So we've got a total of 7 laps to go. Well, here's what happened. It was a good tussle here going on for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And I guess, I don't know if they carried a little too much speed in this corner or what. Because I know they are able to race 3 wide here and keep it together. I don't know who makes the slip up. Let's see if we can find out. Oh, Matthew Daly looks like he got really loose there for a moment. Looked like the rear of his car wanted to back out on him. George Roque does get the wall, and then I think Matthew just slides up into Roque. Danny Wells also gets a piece of it there in the 7. That's another driver I didn't realize got involved. I don't know how bad the damage is on his car. Look at it happening right in front of Emilio Navarrete, who almost ran into the back of George Roque. And then as Matthew Daly's car is going to come to a halt. Oh, Matthew. Oh, why did he do that? There's William Duncan. Why did Matthew Daly try to turn his car back around into traffic? That was not a wise decision. There's Alex May getting a piece of it. Wolfgang, I think, actually slipped by on the high side. Chambers there. Carson Gum's going to run to the back of Chambers. Dylan Young did get a piece of it. And then Henley's trying to slow up and hold up, and James Qualls just runs into him. And then up ahead, we got to rewind it just a little bit here because, yeah, there's William Duncan. I think this has something to do with the 28 of Richard Johnson and William Duncan as well. Where's the Richard John? Okay, there's William Duncan. Let's see here. Now, we know William had actually gotten a piece of Matthew Daly, but man, that's a rookie mistake by Matthew Daly. He's going to have a lot of explaining to do. He should have just kept his car up there against the wall, waited for the caution to come out, and then turn around. But he turned around when oncoming cars were coming. That was not a smart decision by Matthew Daly. And there's William Duncan. He's going to get plastered. Anthony McCurry, nice miss there. He almost got clipped by the number 21 U-Haul. Well, actually, that's a Ford this week. And take a look here. Here comes Richard Johnson. Thinking he can get by. No such luck. Straight into the back of William. Sky Common's going to have nowhere to go. Going to be held up on that inside line. I think he's going to get a piece of the rear of the 28. Yes, he does. Isaac Canepa actually gets through it. Amazingly enough, he gets through it. Wow, that was a nice miss there by the 12. Just kind of followed the 38. Look at the 38. Up and hard into the wall there. And then Adam Chambers, I think, is going to come, and I think he's going to get the 21 right here as well. Oh, man, who else was that? Was that Carson Gum up ahead? Another car there that hit the 28. No, that wasn't Carson. Who was that? Oh. That's the Stephen Pollard III machine got involved. But there was another car up here. Who was that car? Oh, was that Eric Burton? I think it was. Eric Burton hit the Richard Johnson machine pretty hard. Let's see right here. Right there, yeah, with the right front. Eric Burton hit the Richard Johnson machine. Oh, man, Dylan Poteet and others back there really close going through there. I think Trent Dunham was back there, too. But that's quite a few big names involved right there. A couple of really good road course racers, too. And, oh, Silver Fox almost got a piece of Richard Johnson back there, too. Two-time winner last week out at Darlington. Boy, just a mess here on the S straightaways. And, oh, man, that is a tough break. And, really, it could have been avoided had Matthew Daly kept his car up there against the outside retaining wall and waited until everybody had gone by. That would have been okay. Everybody would have been good, I think. But the fact that he turned down the racetrack to try and drive away from the incident immediately after his car came to a halt, that was a rookie mistake. And I don't know whether to lay the blame on Matthew Daly for that or on his spotter, but whatever the case, the lack of communication or the inexperience based on being a rookie really is going to, I think, hurt him here today, and he's going to have a lot of explaining to do to a lot of drivers like William Duncan, Chambers, Richard Johnson, who are looking for good runs today, and just like that, they go up in smoke. Let's head back to green now. We may have a shootout to finish out today's race at Champs-Elysees. Ready to go back to green flag racing, Bob Jones looking for his first win in his Mobil1 Cup Series career here in his rookie season. He's out in front. Zach Rogers, who's undoubtedly been one of the dominant cars of the day, he's going to line up in second place. Mason Wood is going to be third. Aaron Williams Jr., don't count him out. He's a pretty good road course racer when he puts his mind to it, and he could be in contention here. He's fourth. Ethan Hamill, I'm not really sure about his road course experience, but he's showing off some good stuff here today. Currently fifth. Top 10 are Emilio Navarrete. Ralph Mason all of a sudden's up here in seventh. Deanna Shelton, 8th. Ninth place, George Roca. And look at Joshua Michaels now up inside the top 10. And look who he's got behind him. Danny Wells and Anthony McCurry, the two Hellman's cars, as they're going to go battling for the lead here. Mason Wood, look at 3 wide. Bob Jones going off track, and it's side by side now for the lead between Mason Wood and Zach Rogers. Rogers, I think, is going to get the advantage. Mason Wood, though, battling hard there. And Mason Wood, I'll tell you what, he has a lot to gain if he could win here today. Mason Wood comes in this race 7th in points. This would definitely move him up in the standings. Quite a few drivers ahead of him in points have been having hard luck or have not been running that well here today on the racetrack. But Mason just lost the lead. Zach Rogers, big, nice run through that corner. Look at Aaron Williams Jr. up here now. Dylan Young's running away at the back of the pack. James Silverfox is back there too. Stephen Pollard III started out this race pretty damaged after they all backed up through the first corners at the start of this race. Then he also got a little piece of that incident back there. Sean Henley's had a little bit of problems today. Jake Rogers as well got involved in a 4-car incident. So a few drivers inside the top 10 in points have really had tough luck, including Sean Galligan, 2nd in points, who has DNF from this race. I'm looking actually, drivers out of the race include Richard Johnson, William Duncan, Matthew Daly, Adam Chambers, Daniel Day, and Sean Galligan. So 6 drivers have gone back behind the wall. And And we have a total of 4 laps to go here today. They are really ticking them away now. And this is go time, and they're going to go 3 wide for the lead again. This time Zach Rogers gets the short end of the stick, and he's going to get left behind. And look at that. Look at how he killed his momentum. Ralph Mason goes around for 3rd. Bob Jones going around for 4th. Here comes Joshua Michaels looking for 5th place off of Zach Rogers. The dominant car of the day may have just made a little exit late here in this event. He's got to really get some momentum, move himself back up here. He's going to battle for the lead, as the lead is really being battled for right now between Aaron Williams Jr. and Mason Wood. And it looks like Aaron Williams Jr. is going to win out with the advantage on that inside line. He's going to clear Mason Wood. And Aaron Williams Jr., who's already got a victory this season in the Snickers Cup, which ended up coming at a road course, Thornton. He's looking for his first Mobil1 Cup Series win here of Season 6. But he's got Mason Wood right on his back bumper here. And Ralph Mason is coming, folks. Don't count out that 09. He is looming large. He is closing in. And he is, out of all 3 of these drivers, probably the driver with the most road course experience. And he's putting it to work here, trying to run down Aaron Williams Jr., Mason Wood, make it a 3-man fight for the win here. Mason Wood hounding Aaron Williams Jr. right now. Here he comes. Going to try and make the move to the inside. They're going to go side by side for the top spot. Aaron Williams Jr. goes off track. And that might move Ralph Mason in a second. Here comes Mason looking. The Masons very well known for their road course experience. Wolfgang Mason had a win last year at Watkins Glen. And Ralph Mason's moving himself up here to the front. But right now it's Mason Wood out in front and in charge. He's got quite an advantage right now too over Ralph Mason and Aaron Williams Jr. who are in a good tussle for second. Looks like Ralph may get the advantage around the high side this time. That's not normally what we see. But yeah, I think he's got Aaron Williams Jr. cleared for second place. Let's see in this corner if he does indeed. He'll try and throw a block and keep him in his rearview mirror, and I think he has. Yes, he has. Ralph Mason now into second. Aaron Williams Jr. back to 3rd. 4th place now. How about Bob Jones still hanging tough? And Joshua Michaels steadily continuing to move his way to the front. He's now up to the 5th position. And he's got Zach Rogers, who undoubtedly had the best car all day. Back in 6th behind him. Megan Atkins up to 8th. She's been on a momentum streak as of late. I think she actually finished 2nd last week at Darlington. It was either there or Riki. And she's actually worked her way up right now. I'm looking 14th in points. And having another great run today. Whoa! Joshua Michaels, Bob Jones got a little bit of their cars off track there. There's Anthony McCurry. He's currently back in 8th right now. Hayden Klein 9th. And still very much in this. How about Deanna Shelton? She's done a great job here in her debut at Champs-Elysees and still running in 10th place after starting on the pole. Up front, though, it is still Mason Wood. The battle's still raging on for second, and I don't know if they're closing up the gap between themselves and Mason Wood or not. They seem more content to battle for the second place, which is not exactly, I think, the thing they want to do. If they're going to try and run down Mason Wood, they got to work together, stay single file, and try and run lap times rather than try and pass each other. But Aaron Williams Jr. go to the inside of Ralph Mason one more time. They were last time around just a little over a second behind Mason Wood. We'll see what it'll be this time as Aaron Williams Jr. going to try and clear Ralph Mason for second position once again. Looks like he will do so, and I think the gap did close up. Let's see here at the lines. The white flag is displayed. Did they close up the gap at all? Yes, they did. They closed it up by half of what it was. It's now only about 7/10 of a second separating Mason Wood from Aaron Williams Jr., but Ralph Mason's back on the hunt again for second place. This is what Mason Wood needs to happen. He needs them to continue to concentrate on each other in the battle for second while he hits his marks and continues to pull away, and the gap opened up again. The gap has opened up again between himself and that second place battle. Now it's about maybe 6, 7, 8 car lengths. So now Mason Wood, basically all he's got to do is just not make a mistake. I think they just handed the win to him and continuing to battle for the second position. Mason Wood, in his career, has only one NNSCRA victory. That came last season, driving the 4, and he won at Watkins Glen in what was an incredible fuel mileage strategy. Today could be his second career NNSCRA victory and his first of his Mobil1 Cup Series career, again coming at a road course. Let's see if he can do it. He just got one more turn to go before he can claim victory here today at Champs-Elysees. Through the final corner, no challenge is going to be made at all. Hits his marks perfectly. Whoa, Ralph Mason got a pretty good run though, but Mason Wood hangs on, and he will win the French Toast 355 at Champs-Elysees today. His first career Mobil1 Cup Series victory and his second NNSCRA victory of his career. Both of his career wins coming at road courses. I think we know what kind of tracks Mason Wood likes now, but we can't say he's bad at all the other ones. He's 7th in points, so he's obviously been consistent at everywhere that we've gone. But what a victory today for Mason Wood. And I think you got to give the unsaid assist to Ralph Mason, Aaron Williams Jr. in their constant battle for second. That just allowed Mason Wood to drive away and hold the top position for the remainder of this race. Wow. Mason Wood qualified, I believe, inside the top 10 for this race. Or else just outside the top 10. It was pretty close towards the front of the field. Stayed up here inside the top 10 for majority of the day. Found himself inside the top 5 with about 10 to go. Made his move when it counted. And he's going to capitalize today with the victory. Ralph Mason's going to get second today. A nice run for him. Third place, Aaron Williams Jr. I think that's one of Aaron Williams Jr.'s best finishes of the season. Bob Jones, what a rookie season he's having. Still continues on with a good run. And I'm not exactly sure what happened right there. That was weird. So I'll move the ticker back up here. But Bob Jones will get fourth. Zach Rogers had probably one of the strongest cars of the day. Ended up slipping up there late, but he'll still salvage a top 5 finish in 5th. 6th place was Joshua Michaels. Great run for him. As I'm looking right here, he was the 3rd highest finishing rookie. Hayden Klein, I don't think we talked about the 18 all day long. And he's going to finish in 7th. Megan Atkins could find herself inside the top 10 in points. She came in 14th in points. She gets an 8th place finish today. Anthony McCurry, great run for him. He'll get in 9th place. And 10th place was the pole sitter, Deanna Shelton. In only her 2nd start in the Mobil1 Cup Series, she comes away with her first top 10 finish of the season. But I'll tell you what, I would definitely be looking at the Audis in the Snickers Cup Series race because Ralph Mason, Anthony McCurry, the drivers from Caltech, both ended up getting top 10 finishes here today. And we know the momentum that Noah Hart, their rookie driver, will be coming in with after he won last week at Darlington. So can Audi surprise us again here at Champs-Elysees in the Snickers Cup Series? Or will we end up having another driver surprise us out of the 42-car grid? We will find all the answers to those questions out very soon. Mobil1 Cup Series race is over. Snickers Cup Series race on the way here to cap off the Champs-Elysees race weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Here comes your official finishing results, overall point standings, and rookie point standings heading next week's race at Daytona. Can't wait to head there. That's where our Halloween race weekend is going to take place. We'll see what kind of spooktacular stuff is on hand there. You guys have been watching the production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.